Now, we see that there are people, I want to go back to these forces, the precepts or commandments, mitzvot you talked about. The mitzvot that we do with our hands and legs here, or the mitzvot that we do on the inside in our heart? That's what I want to ask about because it sounds great. I think that anyone would like to have some kind of compatibility with the forces of nature and live in the harmony you just described. But how can I know? How do I know when am I in compatibility and when I'm not? How do I know what do I have to do in order to arrange my inner forces so that they will match? This is something that you don't know. No one today in our world knows. We fell out of this whole harmony during the destruction of the temple. That's called the destruction of the temple, that the connection between us and the upper system disappeared. So people in the past knew. Of course they knew. From Abraham, our patriarch, till the destruction 2,000 years ago, people knew. We knew how to be in harmony with the higher system, the upper system, because really the temple is that upper system that we can be in. So what do we have left today? Today the situation is as follows. We don't feel what's right, what's not. We live like that iRobot you described that stumbles upon furniture at home. So what I, as a person, as a society, you want to have a good life? I think everyone does. Please, we only see that the situation is deteriorating. Come and learn what to do. We're open for everyone. We're ready. And what do you teach me? I teach you how does the higher system work, what it demands of us, of each one of us. Women, men, children, elderly. Like it says in Matan Torah, the revelation of His godliness, that there were men, women, children, elderly for each and every one of those. So you're teaching me what I have to do in order to match that system. Yes, and then you enter a world of utter good, heaven in your lifetime. What do the corporeal mitzvot of kosherness have to do with this process? These are signs, what is called customs. These are only signs for the mitzvot, the commandments that we have to keep inside us, within our qualities, to adapt ourselves, especially ourselves, to the higher system by slaughtering an animal and making a kosher food out of it. You don't adapt yourself to the higher system. You can remain with the same qualities you were born with, without any inner correction, without the correction of your so-called soul. By the way, these 613 desires, they are the components of your soul, because when you start correcting them, you start correcting the part in you called the soul, meaning these desires that are more and more suitable towards the higher roots, they become the so-called soul. And as long as I don't match them with the higher roots, I have no soul. So you're saying that if I just keep the corporeal mitzvot, it won't help, because we see that people keep the mitzvot and their life isn't becoming any better. So I have to work in a different way. I have to create first an interchange. No, you can keep on behaving as you behave at home, but the main thing is to start studying how to make yourself kosher. I want to take the kosherness and ask. In many traditions, religions, there is the what you're allowed and not allowed to do, what you actually call the rules of kosherness, laws of kosherness. No, I don't call these the laws of kosherness. What's the difference? Because they do not adapt themselves to the higher system. If you take the Torah, you'll see how detailed it all is. Take, for instance, Shar Mitzvot, the gate of mitzvot, Shar Gilgulim, the gate of incarnations, Shar Ruach HaKodesh. Take the books of the Ari and see what he writes. Shar HaKavanot, the gate of intentions. Then he writes there, why do we have to do these and those things? Because from above come down upon us such and such forces, and then through the correct behavior towards these forces, we balance ourselves and we enter a state which is utterly good, a kosher state.